Did you know that just 1 gallon of used motor oil can contaminate up to 1 million gallons of water? In the U.S. alone, over 1.3 billion gallons of motor oil are sold every year. With cars, trucks, and machinery consuming millions of gallons annually, the need for proper handling and disposal has never been more urgent. Join me as we explore how it's done, some handy tips, and the amazing benefits of recycling used motor oil. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. Let's get started. First things first, we're gonna need a glass jar with a tight-fitting lid. This little guy is gonna be our safe container for collecting used motor oil. Now, for this metal lid, I'll need to sand off the plating. This will help us prep the surface of the next step and make sure it works perfectly for what we're about to do. This will make it easier to drill without the bit slipping. Now I'm going to mark the 3 spots where we need to drill. Now I'm going to start drilling, taking it slow and steady, make sure each hole is clean and right where we marked it. With our holes drilled, it's time to move on to the next part, getting a tire valve ready. This little piece is going to play an important role in our setup, so let's prep it properly before we put everything together. Next, I'm going to remove all of its nuts so we can fit it smoothly into our setup. You can find a tire valve pretty easily. Most auto parts stores and bike shops will have them, and they're usually inexpensive. If you're into repurposing like me, you can even salvage one from an old tire that's no longer in use. Let's insert it into the hole right in the center of the lid, making sure it sits snug and straight. So it seals properly when we tighten it down. Let's also remove the inner valve core so it's completely open and ready for our setup. You can use a pair of tweezers or a dedicated valve core removal tool if you have one. Now I'm going to screw all the nuts back on to secure everything firmly in place. Looking at it now, can you already guess what I'm about to make? Grab a short piece of copper tubing, just like this one. You can find copper tubing at most hardware stores or plumbing supply shops. It's also something you might salvage from old air conditioners, refrigerators, or other appliances if you like reusing materials. I'm going to bend it so that both ends can fit right into the 2 holes on the lid. This copper tube feels pretty tough and sturdy. Now I'm going to push it into place. Next, I'm going to secure and seal the joint using baking soda and super glue. Sprinkle a little bit of baking soda over it, then add some super glue right on top. The combination of baking soda and super glue creates a rock-solid bond almost instantly, filling any tiny gaps and locking everything tightly in place. It's a quick DIY trick that not only strengthens a joint but also sets in seconds, so you can keep working without waiting for glue to dry overnight. Now, let's drill a hole in the copper tube, right where the tire valve is. The reason for drilling this hole is to let air or pressure flow directly through the valve, making our setup work the way it's supposed to. It's starting to look more and more like a little stove now. That's right. I'm making a stove that runs on used motor oil. Thread the cotton string to the hole in the tire valve. Cotton is great for steady burning and is easy to find. You can even repurpose it from old mop strings or cotton ropes. To thread it in, twist the end of the cotton string tightly so it's firm and won't fray. Then gently push or pull it to the hole in the valve using your fingers, tweezers, or even a thin wire as a guide. And just like that, my stove is complete. Now, to make it burn cleaner and ignite more easily, I'm going to add a bit of WD-40 into the used motor oil. This helps thin out the oil, making it easier to light and allowing it to burn more steadily. Stir it up well so the WD-40 mixes evenly with the used oil. Spray a little WD-40 on the tip of the wick to help it catch fire more easily. Now it's time to light it up. I'll carefully strike a flame and bring it close to the wick. And there it goes, catching fire almost instantly. The flame starts small, then grows steady as the oil feeds through the wick, turning our DIY setup into a working waste oil stove. Let's wait a moment for the oil to travel up the wick. The flame has a deeper, more golden orange hue compared to the clean blue flame of alcohol. It gives off a warmer glow, with gentle flickers that make it look more like a small oil lamp than a typical alcohol burner. The copper tube acts as a sturdy fuel channel, directing the used oil smoothly from the jar to the wick. Its heat resistance also helps regulate the flow and prevents leaks, making the whole setup safer and more efficient. This homemade stove is super versatile. You can use it to cook meals outdoors, whether you're camping, hiking, or just enjoying some backyard DIY fun. It's also a great backup fuel source for emergencies or survival scenarios when traditional fuels like gas or electricity aren't accessible. Plus, by using recycled motor oil, you're turning waste into something practical and eco-friendly, making a smart tool for both everyday use and unexpected situations. Next, I'm going to apply this motor oil onto this piece of wood. Coating the wood with motor oil serves several purposes. It helps to deeply penetrate the wood fibers, protecting them from drying out and cracking over time. This treatment also creates a moisture-resistant barrier, reducing the risk of warping or swelling when exposed to humidity. On top of that, the oil brings out the natural grain and gives the wood a warm, rich finish, enhancing its appearance while extending its overall durability and lifespan. And that wraps up our project. We've turned old, used motor oil into a functional stove that's perfect for cooking or emergencies. Not only is this a great way to recycle and reduce waste, but it's also a handy tool to have on hand when you need reliable heat away from home. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss out on more awesome DIY builds. See you in the next video.